Headlines is presented by CALVO'S Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Cars Plus, kick off our holidays by supporting the Make-A-Wish Jingle Rock Virtual Run. Visit the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Guam and CNMI Facebook page for details. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Ahead on prime time, last night the island marked its 101st COVID-related fatality. Plus, another officer tests positive at the Department of Corrections. And one wife is struggling to understand why their insurance won't cover her husband's COVID medical bill.
Hafide and good evening. I'm Adriana Cotero. Guam's 101st COVID-19 related fatality occurred at the Guam Regional Medical City approximately at 6:32 p.m. Wednesday night. According to the Joint Information Center, the patient was a 68-year-old male with underlying conditions that were further compounded by COVID-19. He was admitted to JRMC on November 12th and tested positive upon admission. We are told those who mourn will be comforted to his friends and family. May you find comfort from the love and support of those around you during these most difficult times. Please accept our condolences and sympathies, said Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. We have the tools to slow the spread of COVID-19. Wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, and stay home as much as possible. If we continue to do these, if we do not allow ourselves to become complacent, we will get out of this crisis stronger than before, unquote. As for the latest numbers released Wednesday night, out of 759 samples run through various clinics and labs, 112 returned positive. Of the new cases, 66 were identified through contact tracing and 4 cases reported recent travel and were identified in quarantine. According to the JIC, there have been 6,346 officially reported cases of COVID-19, with 1,905 cases in active isolation and 4,341 no longer active. The COVID area risk score is 20.3. The governor has said it would take a score of at least 5.0 before she would start easing the current social distancing orders. The COVID census at the Guam Memorial Hospital currently shows 50 COVID patients hospitalized. According to hospital administrator Lillian Posadas, 11 of those patients are currently under an ICU level of care with 6 patients on ventilator support. Of the total COVID patients hospitalized, 10 are currently in recovery at the COVID isolation facility in Barragata Heights. The latest on the Department of Corrections' efforts to contain COVID. Results from the retesting conducted yesterday at the prison brings the DOC staff COVID count up by 1. According to DOC Director Joe Carbolito, one of the 7 DOC officers that were retested has contracted the virus. As for the 20 inmates and detainees from Post 24 that underwent retesting, all results returned negative. The total number of DOC officers and civilian staff is now 47 and 98 for prisoners. Carbolito says no additional inmates or detainees have been admitted to Guam Memorial Hospital. The number of hospitalized remains at 5. We're all in this together. We understand these are unprecedented times, and we're here for you. It's something we've heard from banks, retail stores, and many other companies during this pandemic. But one family isn't feeling the support from their insurance company after a man was hospitalized for COVID and they're stuck with the bill. Peter Santos reports.
A quote from their company website says, "Take Care Insurance plans to anticipate your needs so that you can go further, free from worry and uncertainty. But worry and uncertainty are 2 feelings Martha HARA PARR has become quite familiar with since she was informed that her insurance provider would not cover her husband's COVID-19 hospitalization."
Basically, they gave me the same story of the exclusion and that everything after he tested positive was not going to be covered.
PARR broke down the bill.
His emergency visit on October 12th was $4,494.18, but he tested negative, so they should cover that. Then 10/14, his ER visit was where he tested positive. The ER was $2,208.36, and then he got admitted. So his GMH bill from the 14th through the 19th, when I got the phone call about the denied benefits, that total is $13,952.21. So if I go by Rebecca James and what she said about after testing positive, then that's $16,160.57. Once we got that call of denial, I just immediately called the doctor and said, get him out of there because I can't afford it.
The denial letter from the insurance provider said, quote, "No benefit will be paid in connection with epidemic-related treatment as specified under general exclusions of your benefits," giving PARR 6 months to file an appeal. but she wasn't going to wait to start making moves.
I did reach out with an email to the Guam Contractors Association, because that's who our company is insured through. I did let James Martinez know, the president of GCA, which he forwarded it to the committee members who handle the open enrollment, because as you know, it's open enrollment right now until December 4th, and Take Care is the provider for GCA right now. This was the only plan that has that exclusion about epidemic. And that's where I was shocked, because I never thought that it was not going to be covered. I never worried about it. I was more worried about GMH saving my husband.
Since PARR started bringing awareness to this issue, she's garnered some support. Speaker Tina Muñoz-Barnes says she's reached out to several people already.
We did write a letter to the U.S. Attorney, Sean Anderson, who's the Deputy Attorney General. We wrote to Fred Nishiera, who is the Consumer Protection Division out of the Office of the Attorney General's office. And then we wrote to the Insurance Commissioner, Mrs. Daphne Shimazu, who's the Director of Revenue and Tax, which includes the Guam Banking and Insurance Commission.
Barnes says the letter was sent out on October 26, and although some time has passed, they've managed to get the files all the way to the FBI. Barnes added that cases like PARR's are the reason some people avoid getting seen.
We know of other residents who are very reluctant when they're feeling ill not to go get the care that they need, because they are afraid to get stuck with a large medical bill. They should never be afraid, never be afraid to go get the medical care if they're feeling ill.
With the island's medical professionals constantly encouraging the community to be seen as soon as possible if they're experiencing symptoms, you'd think that certain measures would be in place to give peace of mind to all those simply trying to do what they have to see the sun rise on another day. And sadly, it's cases like these that remind us that true colors lie in the fine print. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Peter Santos.
Thanksgiving is probably out of the question, but there's a chance Governor Leon Guerrero could relax restrictions enough where families could probably enjoy Christmas a lot more. She appeared today before the Rotary Club and fielded a wide range of questions, mostly about the COVID crisis. Nestor Lecanto reports.
It's been more than 8 months since the first cases surfaced, and the governor's current assessment?
It's not going down as fast as I would like it to be. But you'll see that the trends are going down. I think we've got it under control because we have instituted strategies. Like, for example, the rapid engagement team that we have done, where we have gone to these communities, gone to places where we felt was the increase in positive cases. And we went door to door.
But it's still not under control enough for her to move us out of PCOR 1, and probably not by next week's Thanksgiving holiday, or maybe because of next week's Thanksgiving holiday.
So it really puts me in a very, I think, precarious situation. You know, what do we do? Do we close? Do we not close? Because I know people are not going to comply. I know people are not going to wear their mask. I know people are not going to limit their number of people in their, in their homes.
The governor says she's heard all about the horrors that COVID can bring.
And they would tell me stories like, Governor, my husband just called me on the phone and was telling me he's ready to go home in 2 days. And then the doctor the next morning calls her and says her husband passed away. This is how unpredictable this virus is.
And she's lived it too. Perhaps for the first time publicly, she acknowledged just how serious her personal case actually was.
And I'll tell you, when you get it, I was scared shit is just to put it mildly, right? Because I didn't know what this virus would do the next day. So there was a period there of about 6 to 10 days where, I was already saying if I died, my kids are fine, my family's fine. I'm okay with that, because that's how serious this virus is.
More than 8 months now, and still counting. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The 2nd Department of Public Health Rapid Engagement Team is set to deploy this weekend on Sunday, November 22nd. According to DPHSS spokesperson Janela Carrera, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., the team plans to go door-to-door testing in dead-to-door areas that include 3 apartment complexes in NCS and 1 subdivision in Piga. Carrera was unable to provide the exact population of the areas, but says more details will be provided in the upcoming JIC release. The Labor Department is still shooting for pre-Thanksgiving payouts of up to $1,800 to unemployment claimants. Additional GDOL staff has been assigned to help push out the payments by next week. Labor Director David De La Sola says some of the claims are running into snags because of a lack of documents.
If you were furloughed the whole time, then you don't have to worry about anything because you were continuously in the same condition and there's no other documents that you need to share. But if you were working and then you were eventually re-furloughed a second time, then all you need to do is show some kind of proof that any auditor or somebody that can, if they went into your claim, would just basically see, boom, you were re-furloughed, here's a letter, the check stubs show you that you were working and now you were laid off because of COVID.
The payments are part of President Trump's Lost Wages Assistance Program and are paid out through FEMA. In District Court news, Attorney Tom Fisher has filed a request for hearing for oral arguments on the defendant's motion to dismiss the business lawsuit. Fisher represents Tom Peinhoff, the business owner leading the class action against defendants Governor Lou Leon Guerrero and Department of Public Health Director Art San Augustine. Peinhoff argues the shutdown is in violation of his rights, having forced him to close his businesses for months on end, while allowing other businesses deemed essential to operate. As we reported, the defendants filed the motion for dismissal last month and argue Peinhoff has failed to present a clear legal theory to support both an equal protection claim and procedural due process claim. Last night was busy for the Guam Fire Department responding to a pair of structure fires in Dededo. According to GFD spokesperson Kevin Riley, at around 8:40 p.m., units from Estembo, Dededo, and Barragata responded to a fully engulfed wood and tin structure fire off Swamp Road. The structure was being used for storage and was not occupied. Then a little after midnight, GFD units were dispatched to Latta Avenue for a structure fire. Residents said they smelled smoke and noticed the fire coming from a room towards the rear of the semi-concrete structure. All 14 people, 7 adults, 7 children, were able to safely evacuate prior to the arrival of units. Thankfully, no injuries to residents or responders were reported. Riley says an investigation will be conducted as to what caused both fires. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Hila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
Get going with GTA Prepaid Unlimited. It's easy to load. Simply press star 488#, send, select 2 on your screen, and then load. And with fast LTE data, you're able to quickly connect and share to your digital world. Plus, with reliable service, you're able to connect with loved ones whenever, wherever. GTA, we start with you.
KUAM News, winner of the 2020 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Social Media.
The Guam Election Commission is preparing for their reconvened meeting on Friday, during which they will do the counting of absentee ballots as well as homebound voters voters in quarantine and isolation that were serviced on Election Day.
What we did was we took guidance from the nurses that were working with us, made sure that we kept them, they were wrapped up really well. When we were able to, and leave it for days. I don't remember how many days. So now, as of yesterday, we unwrapped all those ballots. We sanitized the place, we sanitized the ballots, and we sanitized the envelopes. So those have been prepped for counting for tomorrow.
During the Friday meeting, the GEC will also begin the recount for Guam Education Board and JINGLE Mayor, followed by the certification of the general election. December 2nd is the last day for the GEC to accept off-island ballots for the runoff election. They have tentatively planned a meeting for that evening at 5:30 to count absentee ballots and to certify the runoff election. Pangilinan adds that they are looking at 60 provisional ballots for the runoff. They have 7 work days for voters to go to their office to remedy their ballots, and they have 10 work days to count the provisional ballots if they do decide to include them. Senators debated a bill today that would make sweeping changes to the law regarding the Civil Service Commission. Sponsored by Senator Mary Torres and Speaker Tina Barnes, the bill would authorize the commission to void personal actions that violate existing regulations and would also provide penalties against public officials who refuse to cooperate in investigations. But it was an amendment by Senator Therese Terlahi that drew the most debate. She sought to lift the 6-month statute of limitation by terminating an employee.
If the position says you should have these qualifications to be promoted, then you should have those qualifications to be promoted. And when we start watering that down or weakening that by, allowing somebody to hide for a period of time, I just think we're not doing our part to keep up the merit system as stated.
But Senator Torres defended the limit and said it would not apply in the case of employee fraud.
The statute of limitations was so important to the commission. Otherwise, it's like lawless land. People can do whatever, sometimes just for vendettas, political vendettas. So please keep the 6 months of statute of limitations in. People have to understand if they're going to take action and make a complaint, it has to be timely.
But after senators returned from a lunchtime recess, senators moved to have her bill set aside for now. In national headlines, President-elect Joe Biden spoke with frontline healthcare workers today as he continues to focus on the coronavirus pandemic. Meanwhile, President Trump is at the White House with no public events as he continues to fight the election results. Michael George is in Wilmington, Delaware with the latest.
President-elect Joe Biden held a virtual roundtable with healthcare workers as he continues to craft a pandemic response plan without the cooperation of the Trump administration.
There's a whole lot of things that we just don't have available to us, which unless it's made available soon, we're going to be behind.
In Wisconsin, where Biden won by more than 20,000 votes, the Trump campaign has wired $3 million to fund a partial recount in the state's 2 largest counties.
We must complete the recount by December 1st. The recount will begin Friday.
On Twitter, President Trump attacked Georgia's recount as a joke.
I think at this point, the American people just want to make sure that every legitimate vote is counted.
Georgia election officials say they're in good shape to finish the audit by the Wednesday night deadline.
By noon tomorrow is our goal to have the information, the audit report out to everyone.
President Trump fired his top election security official, Chris Krebs, after Krebs pushed back against claims of widespread voter fraud. A Biden team spokesman said Krebs was, quote, fired for telling the truth.
He's always seemed very capable and knowledgeable to me. Having said that, any president, is entitled to surround himself with advisors of his choice.
Krebs served as DHS Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency Director. He told CBS News in a phone call that he expected to be fired, and he has no regrets. Michael George, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
November 20th is Transgender Day of Remembrance. The vigil began as a tradition in 1998 when transgender advocate Gwendolyn Ann Smith wanted to honor the life of Rita Hester, a transgender woman who was murdered as a result of transphobia. Tomorrow, Project Transcend, a project that offers support and services to the trans community out of Gala, will be holding a Zoom event from 7 to 8 p.m. to celebrate and remember those that have lost their lives due to transgender violence. Slots are limited and can be reserved by emailing transcendguam@gmail.com. They will also be creating a Facebook page where the vigil will be posted for those unable to join the Zoom event, but would still like to take the time to honor those who have passed. Coming up next, how you can help the Filipino community of Guam's typhoon relief efforts. You're watching KUAM.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Are you looking to save? Here at Cars Plus, it's Black Friday every day. You'll love our entire Hyundai SUV lineup, like the 2020 Hyundai Tucson, ranked Best Compact SUV by J.D. Power in 2020. Drive home in your new Tucson starting as low as $158 per paycheck, equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. That's right, there's only one place to shop for your SUV this November. It's here at Cars Plus. Call us at 477-7807 to schedule your appointment today. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Okay, so what are we thinking today?
I just need a trim.
Okay, well, luckily you are in great hands. Perfect.
The $1 stylus deal.
Is that it?
That's it.
Or you could get a real deal. McDonald's buy one get one for $1 deal is here. Buy one of your faves and choose another for just an extra buck. Choose from the Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder with cheese, and 10-piece chicken McNuggets, but only for a limited time.
Planning parties is always fun with your friends. Between all the showers, christenings, and birthdays, Anna has probably exchanged cash more times than she can count. By sharing Bank of Guam's person-to-person funds transfer tutorial with her friends, Anna can quickly collect the funds to order a gift before the baby's arrival. There are many ways we can show our love, and teaching is one. Find easy-to-use online banking tutorials at bankofguam.com or on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Bank of Guam, member FDIC.
As if the world wasn't already rocked by the COVID-19 pandemic, the Philippines is recovering from another natural disaster that has left many dead and millions of dollars worth of property damage. Tyler Matanani has more on how you can help the Filipino community of Guam's typhoon relief efforts.
On November 1st, the Philippines was hit with a Category 5 super typhoon, the biggest typhoon to hit anywhere in the world this year. In total, Super Typhoon Raleigh took 26 lives, 6 people remain missing, and destruction of over $400 million worth of properties. And as people recover in Luzon, they were struck by another typhoon on November 11, Typhoon Ulysses, this time Category 4. Filipino Community of Guam, or FCG Board of Trustees member Roy Adenay.
This one actually caused more deaths. As of today, there were 73 bodies that were found, 19 people are missing, and countless of people have actually been hurt. Many people are still actually don't have any homes, still don't have any proper drinking water, and really scrounging for food out there.
The recovery process will be a long one. In fact, the main water supplier for Metro Manila will be going for rotational service, meaning each area will be without water for at least 1 week.
The multitude of silt that actually went into the water processing plants had prevented them from supplying proper drinking water, not only on the most ravaged area, but majority of Metro Manila.
As of today, many areas remain flooded, with water surpassing 2-story homes and rice fields left looking like lakes. The FCG is asking the community to join them as they spearhead a fundraising campaign to provide assistance to the victims in the Philippines. FCG Assistant Treasurer Loisa Kabuhat.
So far, we have
an advance donation from FCG Calamity Funds that has already been remitted to ABS-CBN, Lingkod Kapamilya Foundation. And many individuals and business donations from GUM community are starting to pour into FCG.
The FCG has donation boxes available at National Office Supply in Tamuning and Ramby's restaurant at the Micronesia Mall food court. They also have a distribution of coin boxes at selected grocery stores and offices. If you would like a coin box at your business or office, you can contact the FCG at 727-6880. For individuals or organizations looking to donate, you can contact any of the following FCG officers and Board of Trustees, and an arrangement will be made to pick up your donation. FCG President James Robinson at 687-5435, Loisag Kabuhat at 727-6880, and FCG Board of Trustee Roy Adonai at 482-8325. Fundraising efforts will end December 30th. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
Thank you, Tyler. And when we return, your birthday shoutouts.
When I need to pay my Docomo Pacific bills or manage my account, all I do is visit mydocomopacific.com. It's easy to set up. I just visit the website and click on the link to set up my account. I filled out the registration page starting with my account number. I received a text message with a temporary username and password. After making initial changes on my security settings, I'm in! Now I can make payments or manage my Docomo Pacific account without needing to leave home. With Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shoutouts from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday on November 19th to Keani Jade Chloe Napati. It's Keani Jade's 9th birthday, and to my granddaughter, we hope you have a safe and blessed day. We love you, say Grandma Jenny, Uncle Donald, Mommy, Sage, Kaylee, Ava Rose, and Uncle Napu, along with Uncle Juan and the rest of the family. Evie Lou Quintanilla has birthday number 13, and to our beautiful daughter, we love you so much. Say Mom, Dad, and Ashton. Also, happy 13th birthday to Victor. Handsome. You're getting love from Nana, Mom, your sisters, and the entire family near and far. That's their shout out. That's everybody's shout out. And you know what? All of us here at KUAM are shouting out to you guys and hope that each and every one of you have the best birthday ever.